Some of these photos were taken on my Fuji X100VI, and the others were taken on my iPhone 17 Pro. Just kidding, they're actually all taken on the iPhone 17 Pro, but they are using Fuji profiles in an app called Pearla. Here are some Fuji and iPhone photos side by side. Can you tell the difference between these? So if you ask me, these photos look extremely similar. Yeah, some of these have slight tone changes, and some of these have a little bit different of a white balance, but if I didn't know which photo was taken on which camera, I don't know if I could correctly identify which was which. Just to be clear, all of the Fuji photos were taken on the X100VI, and the other ones were taken on my iPhone within the Pearla app using this Fujifilm emulation. It's so bright out here and I can barely see the screens on both of these cameras, and I can't put sunglasses on because the whole screen just disappears completely. I've been doing my best to match the settings between the two cameras, the ISO, the shutter speed, and the aperture. However, on the iPhone, I can't control the aperture, so there's only so much I can do. I'm doing my best not to shoot anything in auto, try to have the exact same settings between both of the cameras, like matching the white balance and the tint. However, when I look at the back of the screens, they don't look like they match completely. Maybe it'll say different on the computer. I also didn't wipe my Fuji camera completely. I did my best to turn off as many settings as I could that could affect the image, but there's a chance that I have a setting turned on that I missed. The iPhone has a 24mm lens and then the 48mm Fusion camera lens, and the Fuji's got the 35 and the 50 when you crop into it. So to try and get the closest frame between the two of them, I've been shooting on the 2x and I've been shooting on the crop mode. So maybe once you see which camera is which, you can start to pick apart the details, but how often are you actually putting these kind of photos side by side? So I think where the difference in these photos is generally coming from is in white balance. Popping the photos into Lightroom and slightly adjusting the tint, hue, and white balance, like you can get these looking actually pretty close to each other. But again, when are you actually comparing these photos side by side? While shooting on the phone, I noticed it was important to shoot your photos in 48 megapixels and not 12 megapixels. In my experience, the 12 megapixel ones just looked slightly soft, but this also could be because I wasn't touching to focus. So make sure you're shooting in 48 megapixels and make sure you're tapping to focus. Honestly, overall, I think these photos look really incredible. Like I cannot tell which ones are taken on the camera, which ones are taken on the phone, and these look like Fuji photos to me. So Pearla is a pro photo and video app for your iPhone, and it shoots both photo and video. And I haven't heard too many people talking about this app yet, even though it's been around for at least a year as far as I know. You can change your shutter speed, your exposure compensation, your white balance, you can use histograms and see audio monitoring. You can also change between OpenGate, 4K HD, change your frame rate, your codecs, like almost anything you want to change in a camera, you can change in this app. There's a lot of pro camera apps that let you change all of that stuff, but what I think is unique about Pearla is that you can actually change your color space. So you can shoot in Sony S-Log3, Nikon N-Log, ARRI-Log, DJI D-Log, and so on. So you can match your iPhone photos and videos to your Sony, to your Canon, to your Blackmagic, like whatever camera you're shooting on. And because of that, we can get the photos and videos that are coming out of our iPhones to look pretty close, if not exactly the same as what we can get out of our Fuji cameras. As a disclaimer, I actually did reach out to Pearla before creating this video because I wanted to make sure that I was loading those Fuji profiles onto my phone correctly, because this is a pretty new thing and I didn't see anywhere how to do it before talking to the team. They gave me access to their app, but they're not paying me and they're not gonna see this video before I publish it. So the reason I shoot with a Fuji camera is because you can get beautiful colors and tones straight out of camera with no editing. These cameras are fairly simple and really small, and I really enjoy taking them around with me, especially for traveling. However, they're not cheap. And with the rise of popularity of these in the past couple of years, they're tough to find brand new or even sometimes secondhand. Plus, they're so easy to share to social media because they're basically edited already. Let me show you how to get these profiles onto your phone. First, you need to go to the Fuji website. I'll drop a link to the specific page in the description below. Once we're on this page, we're gonna scroll down and find these 3D Eternal LUTs, and we're gonna download those. I'm doing this on an iPad, so it's easier to illustrate, but honestly, it's a lot easier if you do this on your laptop. Once these are downloaded, you're gonna add them into the Files app on your cell phone or on your iPad or on your computer. Then switch over to your phone and then navigate into the Files app and find that folder that you just saved. Then make sure that these folders that you just downloaded are actually downloaded to your phone and not living on the cloud. Let's switch over to the Pearla app and I'll show you how to load these in. Let's open the settings and we're gonna navigate at the top here to find image processing. Under the image processing mode, make sure that this setting for log is enabled. Next, scroll across the top and look for the setting called log. And you want to make sure that your color space is set to Fujifilm F-Log2 and your LUT monitoring is set to LUT. If it's not, you're not going to have this extra option for all of the stuff down here. So right here, this is the LUTs from the Fuji app that we're going to add into Pearla that are going to give us these great looks. So to add one of these, we're going to click Add New LUT. Once in the Files app, let's navigate to the Fujifilm Eternal LUTs we just downloaded. We'll open the 33 grid, and here are all of our LUTs. It's a little difficult to see which one is which because these file names are quite long, but once you select them, you can actually see right down here, this is the Astia LUT. Under your color space, make sure that you click Fujifilm F-Log2, and let's call this one Astia. I've previously added a few of these in, so you can see that I've got Fujifilm Acros, Astia, Classic Chrome, and the rest of them. So now when you have one of these selected, like the Classic Chrome, when you go back into shooting, Classic Chrome is applied to your image and it's baked right into the photo. And if you want to switch your film simulation, you just open your settings, pick the one that you're going for, back into the photos, and that's going to be applied. It's a little bit of work to get these film simulations set up on your phone, but you only need to do it once, and then it's pretty easy to switch between them. It's also worth mentioning that these are film simulations like Classic Chrome, Classic Negative. These aren't film recipes like the ones that you're probably seeing go viral online. From what I understand, the film recipes are coming at a later point. This is all pretty new for Pearla, but in the meantime, these are just film simulations. So am I about to go get rid of all of my Fuji cameras and just shoot entirely on my phone? Well, there are some features about shooting on my camera that I actually really enjoy. I like having an eyepiece, especially when I'm taking photos, to kind of narrow my field of view and focus on what I'm shooting. And the iPhone experience doesn't quite get you that. I mean, you get a larger viewing and touchscreen, but it's not quite the same as having an eyepiece. I also actually enjoy having a memory card, so my nice photos aren't mixed in with my screenshots and everything else in my camera roll. Plus, having tactile controls on your camera can also be helpful when you're taking photos. Having a camera that's built to be held in your hand and is comfortable, and having a physical shutter button might be a little underrated as well. However, I did find that there are pieces that you can attach to the back of your phone via MagSafe. This gives you a better grip, sometimes even charge your phone, and they also give you a shutter button. So if you're serious about getting Fuji style photos on your phone, maybe this is an accessory that you want to consider. Now I have a feeling you could get even stronger photos if you were to add something like a bloom filter onto your lens. I haven't tried this yet, but I'm going to, because the bloom filter removes that digital sharpening that you get in smaller sensors like our phone. And if you're looking for a bloom filter, I'm gonna have to suggest the one from Moment. I think if you own a Fuji camera and an iPhone, this is a really interesting experiment for yourself to try, because I think you can get really great, if not comparable, if not better photos from your iPhone than your $2,000 Fuji camera. Also, if you're not gonna try Pearla and these Fuji profiles, download the app, try out the pro features. There's a lot in there that I haven't seen any other app do, and it's pretty affordable. It's a great app. I'd love to see you try this for yourself and let me know what your results are, especially if I missed something, please let me know in the comments. Either way, what do you think of this entire experiment? Do these photos look like they were taken on a Fuji camera, or am I just crazy and this is just a waste of time? Anyways, my name's Davey. Thanks for letting me spill the gravy, and we'll see you in the next one.